I'm going to continue making videos of my storage boxes. A lot of these cards are bulk, and you know, I know that value is what people are crazy about in Magic these days, and there's a lot of envy videos of, hey, let me show you my 77 PSA 10 Alpha Black Lotuses. This is not that video. Box 15, a bunch of jank. Here's a welcome deck. I'll try to fit it into one of the videos. If not, I'll make a video just for it that's like 30 seconds long. Again, these are treasure troves. This looks like it's Innistrad so far. Dark Ascension. Yeah, Innistrad and Dark Ascension is what I think we have in this little treasure trove, folks. Just from looking at it, I can see that that's all I got in here. So those are the three piles. Yeah, so let's get going. Box 15, 1-5. Of course, the beauty of having them not sleeved is that I can turn them over, which I never do when they're sleeved. I just show the front. Of course, Innistrad was a fantastic set. Our dear friend Richard Garfield was in the design team, and I would like to think that it shows, but I wasn't there. I know I would always feel like a sucker if I was in a Richard Garfield design team, because I know that no matter what I do, all the players are going to go gaga over Richard Garfield and drop me like a loser. So I feel bad for anybody who's in one of these teams that Richard Garfield is on. I'm sure he's great. He created the game. But I'm sure it's a thankless exercise to be in that credit list when everybody goes gaga because Richard Garfield showed up, as he just did for Dominaria. Nice card. I found one of these randomly in an earlier box. Can be really powerful. Okay, so that's that little red envelope. I am taking my time with these. I don't think I've shown any of them before in detail when I've gone through the previous boxes. And after all, this is Innistrad and Dark Ascension. And from the looks of it, it looks like it is not things that I pulled later or that I pulled out of a Deck Builder's Toolkit. I think these are actually the cards that I had when I was cracking my early packs of this block. Okay, I don't know why these cards are in envelopes. I usually use those for uncommons and rares. But here you go. so many forgotten rares in all these sets. There's usually 3 or 4 that live a long life as staples, and then most of them just fade into obscurity, like this guy. They just fade into obscurity. Not this guy. This guy got a lot of play. I remember him getting a lot of play. You know, becomes a wolf, a werewolf and wolf lord, and you keep putting tokens with it for as long as it's turned. Make a wish. Spider spawning. Sometimes I go off the viewer, folks, because I'm looking at the card itself. It's a little trick that is kind of annoying. Therese Nielsen strikes again. Same card I showed before. High repetition in some of these uncommons. Actually opened many packs of Innistrad and unfortunately did not pull a Liliana of the Veil, which I obviously, like anybody else, really wanted to pull. Double-sided cards ended up being a hit. Great old Innistrad. I'm going slow, so I'm probably going to make several videos out of this box. This was part of a cycle, increasing something. Savagery for green, I think. The one for black was a lord, was a tutor. The one for red, I think, was increasing savagery, which I have somewhere, I'm sure. And I have the black one as well. And I think I should have the white one. The white one was a gigantic tokenizer, if I remember correctly. Okay, let's do this envelope and call it a day for this video. And of course, if I come across Seance, I'll mention a little story about it, which I'm sure anybody who's on the Reddits would know. Little reminder, white-red card before Return to Ravnica joined Standard. They put these little thingies in Innistrad block, which I think is very creative. There it is. So I think it was somebody who tried to destroy many of these of this card to make it go up in price. The most idiotic thing anybody could try, because I mean Innistrad was printed into oblivion. It really was. I mean, the boxes are expensive because, well, you can crack Delvers and you can crack Snapcasters. Delvers are common. Snapcaster Mages are rare. Of course, there are great mythic rares like Liliana of the Veil, but nobody's going to buy a box for that. They're going to buy a box to crack this guy. Beautiful artwork. Oh, some Return to Ravnica random inclusions. Lots of spirits in Innistrad. Lots of spirits.